It is the Jenny Hatch Show, and I'm your host. I'm coming off a very serious bout of COVID, the latest variant. It's November of 2025, and my whole family's been down with this illness for the last couple weeks, and I was feeling pretty confident I was not gonna get it, but then it hit last week, and it hit hard. And I've been struggling each day to try to heal. Today I'm actually feeling a lot better. My cough is better, and I feel more optimistic that I'm going to get healthy. So that was a good time to record a podcast. It's been a while since I shared my thoughts, and today was such a big day with the vote in the House of Representatives to open up the Epstein files. I first heard about Jeffrey Epstein back in 2018 when I was reading all of the Q drops. And then when he was arrested, the Q people became so excited because we'd been told this is what's going to happen, that he and Ghislaine Maxwell were going to be arrested. Keith Raniere of NXIVM fame was going to be arrested, and they all were. And so it really solidified my belief that there were people in charge of our country who were doing the right thing, where up to that point it felt like pedophiles were just allowed to skate and get off, especially if they had money and power. So I've watched this story unfold, and I've carefully followed every development, and I just feel like it's a new day with these files being opened up and the world being able to get a bird's eye view into Jeffrey Epstein's web of deception and control. The big question over the last few weeks is, was he a government asset, not just for the American intel agencies, but also for Israel or even other countries? What was his role? And who did he extort to capture and control, whether it's politicians or business people, academics, entertainers? That's been the question. How many people did he have under his thumb with all these honey traps around the world to capture video, photographic evidence of people doing bad things, and then that evidence being used to control them, extort them, bribe them, manipulate them, freak them out? This side of the story is explored in a pretty famous movie called The Firm with Tom Cruise. It shows how extortion photos are used to control people in all sorts of situations. But with this particular man, it was heads of state, royalty, scientists, and a whole bunch of people who were invited out to his island to participate in whatever was going on there. And some of us believe that the temple on Epstein Island was used for satanic rituals, and that people were being tortured and sacrificed on that island. I don't have any proof of that, but hopefully we'll see some evidence that if it's true, that's that next level of trauma and torture, to throw the whole satanic side of it into the mix. I've been carefully reporting on a case in Utah over the last 3 years where there were a group of Mormons who were using the church to cover up their Church of Satan activities. They present to the world as if they're faithful members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, but they're really all about Lucifer and doing his bidding and gleaning as much power as they can to worship him. And as I have explored the depths of depravity around this story, it's taken me really to some dark places in my own head and heart just to revisit and explore how that looks and what it feels like. And I agree with Candace Owens. This stuff is going on in all churches, all organizations. And the pious who use their own religion as cover for this deep, dark stuff, she's working really hard right now to expose that on her podcast. And it's been joyful to see the numbers of people who are interested in hearing her evidence. She's had the #1 podcast in the world over the last few weeks. Deservedly so, as she has been trying to figure out who killed her best friend, Charlie Kirk. And so I have really enjoyed watching this young mom dig in and do these deep dives. The show she did last night, where she shared the license plate numbers of the rental cars that the so-called people from Egypt rented when they came out to Utah before Charlie's murder. It was just electrifying to see her present that evidence and then recognize that with the crowdsourcing of the case that's going on, with all sorts of internet sleuths, she said a lot of them are just moms who are doing this work. It's truly been a crowdsourcing labor of love to share all this information with each other. And so I reached out to her and shared with her a post from my blog talking about the Mormon Mafia and the group of evil that has existed and kind of run the state of Utah for a long time. And I'm going to be sharing more about that side of things in the weeks and months to come. I hope she reaches back. I'd love to share what I know with her, because I've spent the better part of 3 years as a journalist on this case. I had to stop because it was killing me. And I took down all of my Substack posts, stopped blogging, and went quiet for a few months because I had to regroup and really ask myself, what am I willing to give to this? Because I wasn't sure I was prepared to give any more. But over the last few days or so, I felt like I can pick it up and try again. But these are my thoughts on this day. I hope I'm feeling better, completely healed the next time I do a podcast. But thank you so much for giving me a moment of your time. And God bless America and God bless the world.